All right, we have head coach Chad Webb in the middle. On his right, we have senior goalkeeper Courtney Dipple, and on his left, you have sophomore defender Shannon Roscoe. We'll start with Chad. How does it feel, Chad? First region title as a head coach, and I mean, just the way you guys have done it the past 2 games, PKs, and just hard-fought battles. Give us your thoughts.
Well, I mean, it feels very good, obviously, but just like always, I'd like to mention the other team first because I thought those guys were extremely good. One of the best teams we've played all year, which makes me a little antsy about next year that they're going to be in our conference, you know. Man, what a competitive conference that's going to be. So same thing with Springs, you know. We didn't actually beat DPU today. They didn't beat us, so we have to kick penalties and see who makes more. And so it's not a fun way to lose. So I feel bad for those kids there at Dallas Baptist. Their season's over, but I'm even more excited for ours. So we scored more penalties than they did, just like we did against Springs. But I told you going into the game that it was going to require a good performance from the 3 center backs, and that's the reason I asked Shai to come sit with me, because I thought she was fantastic today. And just like I mentioned, Dallas Baptist is an extremely good team. That 3 was problems, that 9 was problems, that 19 was problems, and they didn't score a goal on us tonight. So even though we missed some chances, we still didn't lose because the 3 center backs were so good today.
And yeah, Shannon talked a little bit about that. I mean, you guys were at times you guys were under attack, but you Kadisha and I mean Emily kept your cool. Just talk to us a little bit about that.
I think having them next to me is a huge part of that, just because Shaw is such an experienced player that she kind of, when she was out for that little bit of time, I kind of freaked out. But I think, and especially Courtney behind us, she always has some good advice for where we should be and where we should step and stuff like that. So it's really easy for me to do it just because they're so good.
Awesome. So Courtney, you're I guess technically the hero again. You make the big saves on the PKs. When we talked a little bit, we covered 4 years ago, you didn't think this was going to happen. So, I mean, just walk us through what this means to you to win a regional championship.
Well, I mean, as a senior, this is my the end of my career. So, I mean, if we can go as far as possible, that'd be a dream come true. We already made it 2 games farther than we did last year, so I couldn't really ask for more. And honestly, you can't do it without this team. If you look back from the team my freshman year, wouldn't even compare to the team now. Our team is so solid.
Tell us your mindset going into PKs.
Well, same as last week. It's really, really nerve-wracking, and I honestly didn't think we were gonna. I mean, PKs are hard. I didn't think that I was gonna be able to pull it off again. I didn't think that. I mean, They finished their shots. I just got my hand on one of them. Well, I guess 2. Yeah. So it's really nerve-wracking.
So, Chad, would you say this is a good year?
I told you that if we went further than we did last year in the NCAA tournament, that I would admit that this is a good year. Yes. This has been a good year, but that doesn't mean I want to be done.
Coach, kind of piggybacking off of that too, I know that over the course of this 2018 campaign, you've mentioned just what a special group this Lady Buff team has been. And to even get to this point, we were talking about it, but now as this being one of the milestones throughout this NCAA tournament postseason, what does it mean, or how does this mentality feel now that you have a regional trophy?
Well, I mean, it feels really good, man. Court touched on, 4 years ago. 6 years ago we were in the national tournament, and we had an All-American front player, and had lots of good stuff going on, and then we kind of fell off the ledge, and we've been trying to get back ever since then. So Courtney and Kadisha and Kadidra and Kelsey were those freshmen that came in 2015 and tried to implement my vision of getting us back into the NCAA tournament. And I can't leave out the assistant coach, Kevin. He's a fantastic soccer coach. He joined us that same year too. And so every year, with the help of Kevin's recruiting out of New Mexico, like Shai here next to me, and just building on the team each year. You can see there's a steady progression every single year, and so now this is what you're looking at in 2018 is this trophy right here. So I hope this isn't the end, because what I'd really like to do is I'd really like to win a postseason game, because we haven't done that yet. We played a Lone Star Conference semifinal here, and we lost to Eastern, and then we were selected for the NCAA tournament. We had a bye, so we didn't play the first round. Played the second round, we tied, advanced in penalties. Played the third round, we tied, advanced in penalties. So I'd really love to actually win a postseason game this year.
Me too.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah?